Gillian at breakfast. BBC Radio WM.
It is 9:45. I want to talk to you about what's going on in the sky. And you might remember we talked about this a lot in January. This mysterious pink sky that we're having across Brum. Lots of speculation about what it could be. The Northern Lights, an unusual sunset. Something particular because it was snowy around that time. Do you remember we had all the snow in the sky? Turned out that the pink sky was because of the grow lights on the pitch at Birmingham City's ground at St Andrews. And back then I spoke to Matthew Blackett from Birmingham. He's a lecturer in natural hazards at Coventry University. This was his explanation.
It seems that they were using particular lights to help heal the grass. However, as we remember on Thursday night, the sky was full of that snow, large chunks of ice, and they acted as kind of little mirrors. The thing is, that light was beaming down into the stadium, some reflecting upwards, but not just upwards, it was being reflected then back down and up and down and up and down and up and down amongst all of these little ice crystals that were in the sky. That colour was just the colour of those lights, but had it been red or blue, those same colours would have been sort of reflected and almost trapped in the atmosphere. They couldn't get away because the ice kept reflecting them back.
It was a vibrant sort of magenta-ish, purplish kind of colour. Everyone was looking at the sky and sharing pictures of it, and we all thought it was a bit of harmless fun. But the BBC's now been contacted by a dark sky campaigner who claims these lights are an environmental disaster and could even be putting our health at risk. We need to find out more from Roy Alexander. Morning, Roy.
Good morning, Sarah. Thank you for having me on.
Well, this is fascinating because we all thought, oh, what a pretty sky, and, you know, we all shared the pictures and we marvelled at it. But you don't see it like that.
I do. It is pretty, but also it's more complicated than that.
Yeah.
And what is prettier than light pollution and things like that is the natural skies that we see, the aurora displays that we've seen, and so on. So it's really just about getting the balance right when people are talking about these kinds of things.
And what's the problem, as far as you're concerned, then, with the sky going pink like that?
So the main problem from a human perspective is that we, along with all other animals and plants on Earth, have evolved to live day and night. You know, we work during the day, we play during the day, we sleep at night. And there are chemicals in your body that help you go to sleep. Have you heard of the stress chemical, Sarah, cortisol?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Yeah, so lighting of a particular kind, certain types of brightness and colours of light, and at times of night and so on, will activate part of your body to inject more cortisol into your body.
Really?
And so at the time, really.
So a brightly
really,
lit sky could make you feel stressed?
It doesn't. It's not a can or a make you feel. It definitely happens. You've got these hormones in your body that help you sleep, and you've got hormones in your body that help you wake up, and they are triggered by light. So a beautiful sunrise that eventually turns the sky from red to blue. That blue light kind of wakes you up. Bright light wakes you up. The orange, reddish coloured light helps you go to sleep. And this is something people have been talking about for decades. And it's something that more recently, in the last few years, has become very, very well researched, to the point now where working as a night shift worker is now recognised internationally as a cause of cancer on the IARC website. And more research is coming out now that part of the increase of things like type 2 diabetes, heart attacks and strokes and so on is because we're placing our bodies under undue stress. And part of the story is really bad lighting.
Okay, because we're messing about with our natural rhythms by having all this lighting.
Yeah, that's all it is. And unfortunately, we're also doing the same things to animals and migrating animals. And believe it or not, we're doing it to plants as well. And part of the problem here with grow lights or LED street lights and things like that is they extend the stresses on trees and plants and things like that. And of course, it's all linked. We're all linked together. It's great big food webs. Something like 60% of pollination happens at night. So there's potential harm here to kind of food chains and crops and food security and things like that. And in the last few years, we're just finding out that this is a much more complicated thing than, it's just pretty lights. So we just want people to think about both sides of that, that's all.
And I don't want to unfairly target Birmingham City Football Club, because a load of the clubs are doing it, aren't they? They use these grow lights at night for the pitch. What's the alternative? What can they do? Have any clubs tried something different?
Listen, I love football. My daughter plays football. We're big supporters of Newcastle United, the women's team in particular. I play sports. I love sports. And there are clubs around the world that are doing things differently. There's clubs in the Netherlands, Eindhoven, that are doing the grow lighting thing, but are coming at it from a more smart angle and are being a bit more considerate and thoughtful about how they're doing it. And that's saving them money as well, because they're not just turning the lights on and blasting electricity through the night, you know. Dark Sky, as an organisation, has relationships, particularly in America, with lighting companies that do sports lighting and so on. So this is the thing. The problem here is that technology races ahead, and it's not just lighting, it's all kinds of stuff. Technology races ahead, people adopt technology, and we find out that actually there's unintended consequences, so then policy catches up a few years later. And it's one of those things where we just want to be part of that conversation. So
right, it's good to think about. It never occurred to me. So thank you so much. Lovely to have you on.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for the opportunity.
And you can read all about it at the moment. It's on the BBC News website on the Birmingham and Black Country section. And there's a picture of those lights from Birmingham City when the sky went pink. And there's Roy saying it could be a health risk. It's messing with all of our rhythms and it's making us stressed. So if you want to read all about it, you can. Maybe they need to light that pitch differently so they can grow the pitch, you see. But apparently there's alternatives. 9 minutes to 10. BBC Radio WM.